humans live in a seemingly orderly world, but the wild is a much more precarious place, filled with the most wondrous beauties and the most terrifying dangers. Join us as we journey through the jungles and plains of Santa Clara. The Santa Clara Plains are home to many wild animals, some considered to be unnatural. Perhaps none are more recognizable, however, than the giraffe. Standing 6 meters tall, its long, slender legs, spotted hide, and notoriously long neck literally place it head and shoulders above the other animals with whom it shares its habitat. Following a multiple-year-long drought, recent rains have reinvigorated the landscape. As the tallest living terrestrial animal, however, the giraffe has been able to thrive on bountiful pine needles and high branches, which provide adequate nutrients year-round no matter the weather conditions. Unlike many other herbivores dwelling in the plains, the drought concerned it very little. But the giraffe is not the only animal stirring in this vast expanse. A small leap of leopards have begun to slink through the tall grass, eager to reel in their first catch of the day. Metaphorically speaking, of course, as they're not fishermen after all. The leopard is perhaps the most cunning of the big cats. They rely on stealth and quick and deadly accuracy to capture their prey much more than pure speed like the cheetah, or pure strength like the lion. It appears that the leap has spotted the giraffe. The leopards, though hungry, must evaluate whether attacking the giraffe is worth the risk. Despite its apparently spindly legs, the full-grown giraffe is incredibly dangerous to its predators. One kick from its hoof could put even a powerful cat like the leopard out of commission. They wisely desist. But the leopards are not the only big cats on the savannah. Though certainly the three leopards could challenge the low lion, Simba's powerful roar is bone-chilling, and even these cool cats are unnerved. Simba is truly the king of the jungle. But some animals are not as timid. The agile ape swings fearlessly in the trees. An acrobat, he can remain far out of reach even from the lion's deadly claws. While the monkey remains safe in the trees, some animals remain safe beneath the ground. The mole is a subterranean creature that only occasionally ventures above ground. This is a rare sighting indeed. Unfortunately, it would appear the bright light is blinding to the small tunneling mammal. Having been underground so long, it's lost its ability to see clearly in the bright light. The mole is clearly rattled, but it will survive to live another day. The same cannot be said for every animal in the jungle, however. Unfortunately for the ape, the Santa Clara Plains are home to the Huiquiwaka tribe, who above all else prize the curly hair atop the ape's head for its healing and superbly comfortable cushioning properties. Alas, this peppy primate can only take solace in the fact that his hair will be put to good use. While the lions and the poachers of the jungle would seem to rule this ecosystem, a most fearsome predator that intimidates even these powerful carnivores has strayed from its natural oceanside habitat to venture into the Santa Clara Plains in search of food: the giant azure African slug. Previously assumed to be a mere legend, this colossal gastropod, though far from the rocky cliffs of its native home on the Kenyan coastline, is every bit as dangerous to its prey as it would be back home. Perhaps, due to the unfamiliarity of this new habitat, it is even more so. The slug, when provoked, can reach speeds of 60 miles per hour in a matter of seconds, rivaling the fastest land mammal, the cheetah. It secretes a poisonous mucus that functions both as a lubricant to assist its movement and as a fast-acting paralyzing venom. All the animals must be on their guard. And now there's a sloth. Why is there a sloth? I don't want to talk about sloths. I don't like sloths. I don't like them at all. Elsewhere in the wilderness, an enormous goob turtle moseys along without fear of attack. Its 3-inch thick protective shell practically ensures its protection from most predators. But what's this? Simba seems to have ventured too close to the turtle's hatchlings and provoked the protective mother. Let's see how this plays out. Despite the turtle's ninja prowess, it is clearly no match for the highly equipped king of the jungle. Perhaps, had it been a little slower and steadier in its evaluation of the risk, the turtle might have survived, but now its hatchlings will almost certainly be devoured as well. Such is the circle of life. Many carnivores in the wild Santa Clara savanna choose to make sport out of their prey, but many herbivores and omnivores instead choose much easier targets. The mole chases worms. And the sloth wasn't even in the script, it just appeared there. I don't know what it eats, but the monkey chases lice.
Get off me!
One animal, on the other hand, seeks the most elusive prey of all: knowledge. A giraffe's brain is approximately half the size of a human brain. This means that it has a serious disadvantage in the acumen department and must make up the difference somehow. All the giraffe searches for mind stimulants. Some carnivorous predators are still on the prowl. This particular specimen has chosen to prey on perhaps one of the most dangerous animals in the Santa Clara region, second only to the slug itself, a civilized human. These Homo sapiens, however, are not on their guard. Here we observe a classic clash of ecosystems. Without the proper defensive condiments, these humans are ill-prepared to defend themselves against the slug's ferocity. Sadly, their fate is very nearly sealed. Spotting its quarry, the slug sprints after its unsuspecting target. The human stands no chance. Okay, that's a sloth again. The giraffe, meanwhile, is finding tracking its prey to be much more difficult than expected. Finally, he locates the scent. "Aha!" he exclaims. "I think I have won." And the long-legged mammal wrapped up his good fun. Apologies. Clearly being in a library has awakened my childhood passion for some of Dr. Seuss's classics. A Cat in the Hat. Oh, the places you'll go. Oh, and who could forget, there's a wocket in my pocket. Oh, there is a wocket in my pocket. How interesting. Elsewhere, the leopards are on the prowl. Frightened away from the plains by Simba, these stealthy cats are desperate for a meal before the night envelops them. Night is nearing, and a lone cow grazes in a hilly pasture. With the leopards about, this is a recipe for disaster. It could be curtains for poor Bessie. The leopards in their hunger have completely abandoned their sense of stealth. If the cow has a chance to run, it will not get very far. Once close enough, the leopards sprint in for the kill. They have finally found food. They will not go to bed hungry. Such an unpredictable world, one thing can be certain: the circle of life will continue. This remains true for all wild animals, even the ones who seem invincible. The circle of life catches up to them all. And there's a sloth again. Whenever I start getting happy about the circle of life and joyous there, sloth appears in my backyard, sitting on my toilet or in my shower, or wrapped up in one of my towels, wearing my sweatshirt. It's just a mess. On my couch, attacking my ducks. That shouldn't be legal. Sloths should not be legal. I'd rather have a wocket or a duck. Oh, all right, I'm back. I just can't stay away from narrating nature documentaries. Let's just face it, I was born with the aspirations of a March of the Penguins era Morgan Freeman. I'm called to narrate life as it passes me by. The wildlife summons my voice, so let's continue. Let me just check the script. Really? Really? You want me to read this? I want to read about wildlife and beautiful landscapes, not this rubbish. And definitely not sloths. What's with all the sloths? And then what's with all the killing? Why can't we show some animals escaping? Why do we always have to show predators catching their prey? It's so depressing. Why couldn't we focus more on love and happiness? This is woman's appreciation. After all, I didn't speak up before because this is my job and I'm not paid to ask questions. I'm paid to not ask questions and just read the lines like a good narrator. But I've had enough. I'm done. You can make do with my backup guy. Peace out, Homer Slices. We need a backup narrator pronto. A barbershop quartet is a quartet of singers who sing music in the barbershop genre. Consists of a lead, the vocal part,